Hello everybody, Cassie Cooper with Cooper Coaching Services. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about how to stay calm and stay positive in the workplace. All of us know that there are times when you get frustrated. Maybe an email comes across, or potentially a person comes up to you and starts talking to you, or the phone rings and you see on the caller ID who is calling you, and you just instantly are like, oh my gosh. And you get frustrated. So all of us have these triggers. We have things that trigger us and makes us feel kind of the fight or flight response happens in our brain, because that very primitive part of our brain, it doesn't recognize the difference between real threats and perceived threats. It just sees threat, whatever you think is a threat. So what happens is your fight or flight response kicks in, and then all of a sudden you are reacting, and oftentimes reacting poorly in work situations. And I know that you guys don't want to do that. You don't want to act poorly. So I want to give you just a really quick way that you can keep yourself from having a bad reaction. Staying positive and continuing to be productive. So here's how it works. So first, number one, you have to realize what your trigger is. You have to know what it is. So that's the first thing. Over the next few days, today, next week, something like that, go ahead and put yourself a Post-it note or a piece of paper out, and take time that when you notice something triggers you. So when you notice something makes you frustrated or feel negative or react poorly in a way you don't want to, just jot down what the situation was. Whether it was the person, the wording in the email, maybe it was something that happened in the morning while you were getting ready for work. Maybe it was traffic, who knows. Just jot it down, whatever it was. Because that's step number one. You have to recognize what your triggers are. So once you recognize what your triggers are, the next step is as soon as a trigger happens, so as soon as something happens that is going to make you react in a poor way or a way you don't want to, you have to, one, recognize it and name it. Just call it out. Say something like, oh, stop, or I trigger, or some people call it something fun like, all right, Larry, stop it, whatever. Just give it a name, whatever the trigger is. Give the trigger a name so that you can call it out in your brain and recognize it immediately. And then take a deep breath. Make sure you get some air. And of course, if you're standing in front of someone, you don't want to be like, but just take a deep breath, get some air going in there, and then you want to do some kind of physical something. So like touch your fingers together. Like I kind of do that because it's something you can do standing or sitting where nobody will notice. Just kind of something that's touch. You can wiggle your toes. If you're in a meeting, you could shift back in your seat and kind of readjust. Something that grounds you, some kind of feeling or touch that grounds you. And then something in your brain that's going to get you back into your logical thinking. So you can say the alphabet in your mind, you can count to 10 in your mind, whatever it is. Pick something. So pick a name for your trigger. Pick a touch, or something that you can do touch-wise to change your brain away, and then pick a phrase or something that you say in your head to yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, A, B, C, D, whatever it is, something that kind of gets your logical brain thinking. Some people even do mathematics, so like, do 5 times 4 is 20, like anything that gets your brain going the other direction. Take that and make sure you take in that deep breath. And then have like some sort of face thing that you do that kind of is your, okay, I got this. You got to have your, okay, I got this. So, go through the sequence in your head and then smile, lean into it, whatever. And then proceed forward. positively, with confidence, and knowing that you have control completely of your situation. So I hope this helps. I hope that you get, that you're able to practice it, write down your triggers, come up with your sequence, and make it work for you, because I want you to be productive all the time, no matter the situation at work. I'd love to talk more about it, the brain science behind it. It's definitely an emotional intelligence technique. Enjoy and have a great week. Cassie Cooper, Cooper Coaching Services. I look forward to talking with you more in the future.